New York style pizza is considered the best kind of pizza in the world. In fact, people will literally fight over a slice.
Down 11, punches thrown over pizza as a chaotic brawl breaks out in a Brooklyn restaurant. All of this happening as someone saying this.
I'm still waiting for my pizza, but you're not getting it.
And I, a pizza lover, wants to know what makes this style of pizza so unique and why it can't be replicated anywhere else on the planet.
So I flew to New York and I've been asking some locals the age-old question.
What is the secret to New York style pizza?
It's not too crispy, but it's not too doughy.
The love and affection that New York pizza makers put in their pie.
Crust.
The crust?
The crust.
I think it's the water.
The water?
I really do. I think it's the New York water.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you the secret to New York style pizza?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Everyone seems to have a different opinion on it, and I still have not gotten a solid answer, but today, that changes.
This is Brothers Pizza, an iconic pizzeria in Queens, New York. They've been serving classic New York style pies since 1963.
And I just got a job here.
The mission today is pretty simple. Find the secret to New York style pizza.
Or get fired trying. I gotta go start my shift.
Dennis!
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
So this is Dennis. He loves baseball, he's a professional pizza man, and also the boss. So Dennis, I'm gonna be working for you today, and by the end of this, I should know the secret to making a classic New York style pizza.
We'll see about that. There's an apron and a shirt fee in the back.
And right to work I go.
So my job today consists of 5 different tasks. By the end of my shift, I'll basically be a pizza expert, and I'll figure out New York's best kept secret.
So I'm in uniform now, and it's time to get to work. The first task is to prepare pizza toppings. I think I can do that. Gotta get in the kitchen now.
So Dennis had me start by grabbing a few things from the fridge.
I got a box of sausage.
Then he taught me how to slice them so they'd be perfect for the pizza.
I'm using my nail, which I don't recommend until you get comfortable doing it.
I guess Dennis trusts me already since he left me to do things on my own. Luckily for him, I was pretty good at this.
And we're done. Surprisingly, that was easier than I thought it'd be. I think these look pretty good. A couple ugly ones, but that's fine.
Now, with the sausage prepped, Dennis sent me over to the fridge to get the cheese.
Dennis, how do I open the fridge? I got it.
If you ask anyone, the holy trinity of a pizza is the cheese, the dough, and the sauce. Most pizzerias use mozzarella in specific, but do New Yorkers use something different?
Guys, I found the cheese. There's so much cheese in here. I have never seen this much cheese in one place in my entire life.
During my investigation, I noticed that the cheese was indeed a mozzarella, but it was a brand called Grande. Personally, I've never seen that brand before. Seems pretty suspicious. I wanted to ask Dennis about it right away, but I had to get back to work.
So I'm about to grate the cheese, and we're not using a traditional cheese grater. Behind me is a meat grinder, because we're grinding a lot of these blocks of cheese. I'm gonna put this cheese down now, it's heavy.
On an average day, Brothers Pizza needs to grate over 200 pounds of cheese for all of their pies. This means I have a lot of work in front of me. While Dennis left me alone, I did want to try the cheese to see if there was anything special about it.
The cheese broke, but I still got some.
Surprisingly, it just tasted like regular old mozzarella, so when Dennis came back to check on me, I just decided to ask.
So is Grande cheese the secret?
I don't think there's any secret in Grande cheeses.
Oh. Okay.
And with that, my first task is complete.
So the next task is making the dough. That right there, the dough maker. And that right there is a 50-pound bag of flour that I have to lift. Here we go.
Making the perfect dough is a lot more complicated than it seems. Every ingredient and how much gets added affects the overall texture, flavor, and quality of the pizza crust.
First goes the sugar, then the salt. This right here is New York City water. I've heard many things about this.
New York is known for having soft water, which helps the gluten develop in the pizza dough. Many people believe this is the sole reason why New York-style pizza is so unique. But after a little research, I learned that other pizzerias out of state have literally imported water directly from New York, but they still can't replicate the pizza.
So Dennis, big question that I have for you. A lot of people think the secret to New York pizza is the New York water. Do you think it's the water?
I don't think it's just the water. If you're in New York, you use New York water, right?
Fair enough. With that theory shut down, it's time for the next ingredient. The giant bag of flour.
Oh my God. I got it. Dude, it is. This is a leg workout. My knees.
After almost injuring myself pouring flour into a mixing bowl, I am so happy all I had to do next was press this button.
Whoa. I have never seen this much dough get made before in my life. And honestly, I'm glad the machine does the mixing because I am tired.
I left all of the ingredients to mix for about 15 minutes or so until it turned into a giant dough ball. I then had to pull it out of this very large mixing bowl. Once I was done with that, Dennis explained we'd have to cut them into 22-ounce chunks for the perfect pizza. He also explained a few other things, and I was trying to pay attention as best as I could, but it was a lot of information.
Okay, so cut this. I feel like this is too big.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. Keep going, cut it through.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's a pretty fair, close guess.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Are you lying to me?
No, I'm serious.
I'm a natural.
Nah, we'll see.
Now what?
Put it on the scale and let's see how close you are.
Okay, what am I aiming for?
Okay, 22.
22? Oh, dude, I was close. Oh, I got 21.
You cut the first dough perfectly, right? So,
Yeah.
problem is you can only go down from there.
Okay.
And he was right about that. The next step was making sure that the dough had no air bubbles in it. I still don't even know what this process is called, but I was bad at it. So bad that they literally just told me to stop.
So Dennis kicked me out of the kitchen. I was too slow. I'm gonna go deliver pizzas now. That's what he told me to do.
Honestly, working at a pizza shop has been surprisingly harder than I expected. I'm still not sure what the secret to a New York style pizza is, but I'm not stopping until I figure it out. I'm on my way to deliver some pizzas to a fire station right now, and I'm hoping
Maybe one of the firefighters who are regulars at Brothers Pizza, one of them can tell me what the secret is. Okay, we are officially in the fire station. Is good? Cool. One question for y'all though. What do you guys think the secret is to like a classic New York style pizza? The sauce? Interesting. Okay. Thank you guys.
with that in mind, task 3 is now complete. I made my way back to the pizza shop, and when I got there, Dennis actually had someone for me to meet.
So this is Pete. He is the original owner of Brothers Pizza, and I am honored to be standing next to him because this man makes a great pizza. How did you get started? Because he's from Italy.
My family was in the business already. They started like in the 60s. And like 1968, they got me into it too. I was here about 40 years, and I've been here since.
So you still love making pizzas?
Yeah, of course I do. I make different ones sometimes, just to use my imagination.
That is awesome. Well, thank you for letting me talk to you, and also I'm gonna eat a slice in a bit, cause yeah.
Talking to Pete was fun. He's actually so cool. And when we were done, I was excited to get back to work.
So my next task is arguably the most important part of the pizza. The sauce. This is according to the firefighters and this one dude that I saw on Reddit. Squid Willis says, it's gotta be the sauce, man. It's really easy to screw up. Too much and you've made it too messy. Too little and the pizza is dry. Also, the spicing. It can't be too overly complex or it becomes too fancy for a pizza. The sauce is the key to success in a pizza. I don't know what this guy's credentials are, but he seems serious about pizza. Anyways, the ingredients for the sauce are through this door and in a basement. So I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of scared to go in here, but I have a light, so monsters aren't there. I'm gonna go.
I had Dennis go down into the basement with me, mostly because I was scared. But as we made our way down, I thought to myself, if the secret to a New York style pizza really is in the sauce, what special ingredient is kept hidden down here? Turns out they were just tomatoes.
Oh my God, this is heavy.
Heavier than the flour?
Yeah. Thanks for holding the camera, Dennis. I'm gonna bring this upstairs now. Oh my God.
When I got back upstairs, Dennis had me start opening cans so we could start the sauce.
Oh, now we're going. Yeah. So the tomatoes are cooking right now, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm confused. We have all of the seasoning here, and I'm not seeing a secret spice. We got black pepper, garlic, oregano, Salt, sugar, and fresh basil. As far as I know, that goes in like every pizza sauce. So, I'm lost.
I really thought there'd be a secret spice or something that New Yorkers used, but guess not. I tossed in all of the seasoning, and now all that's left was for the sauce to simmer for a few hours, and then it'd be done.
So behind me are the pizza ovens. The next thing I'm about to do is definitely the hardest thing I will do today. I'm making the pizzas. This takes years to master, so I have absolutely no idea why Dennis is letting me do this, but I'm gonna do my best.
So far in my investigation, none of the tasks I've done have revealed any concrete evidence about the secret to New York-style pizza. But what if it's not in the prep work? Is there a special technique when it comes to making the pizza that only New Yorkers know about? Before I got started, I had Dennis show me how he would make a pizza. Let's see if he has any tricks.
We ready?
Yep. You're gonna do this fast, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did my best to watch every single little thing he did, from how he worked the dough, to even how much sauce he put on the pizza. And after what felt like 30 seconds, Dennis was already done and put his pizza in the oven. That means it's my turn now.
So, do you think I'm ready?
I know you are.
You don't believe that.
Failure's not an option.
What do you mean? I've been doing this for a day.
It's all right.
Okay.
I can see it in you.
I started by flattening the dough exactly as Dennis did.
I've literally never made pizza or stretched dough like this in my life, so this will be interesting.
Then I added flour and worked it into the dough. So far, so good.
There we go, flour.
But when it became time to stretch out the dough with my hands, I had a little bit of trouble.
That's freaking hard.
Honestly, it took me a while to get the dough stretched out right, and it still wasn't perfect. But I decided it was good enough and started adding sauce anyways. I added a generous amount of sauce to the dough and spread it in a circular motion, that way it would be as even as possible.
Oh wait, I messed up.
To finish it off, I added a touch of oregano for seasoning, and finally, the cheese. May have gone overboard with the cheese, but it's fine.
All right, done. I think I got it. Now all that's left is for this to go into the oven.
After a few minutes, Dennis's pizza came out of the oven first. It looked so good. You could tell it was made by someone who's been perfecting their craft for over 20 years. I was also starving, so I was ready to try this.
Oh, that's good.
You enjoying it?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now it's time for mine.
So the good news is, at first glance, my pizza looked all right. But quickly after picking it up, I noticed that the crust was a bit too floppy, which basically means I either slightly undercooked the pizza or messed up the dough somewhere. It was missing that perfect crisp. Dennis still wanted to give it a try though, and I was pretty nervous. But despite all of the visible issues...
I like it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not lying to me.
No.
To be completely honest.
You did a good job.
He told me that it still tasted great, but I definitely did not stretch out the dough properly. I also overdid it with the cheese a bit, but overall it wasn't bad for a first time, so I'll take that as a compliment.
I'm in shock.
But the question still remains. What's the secret to New York style pizza?
So, my shift is over, and I've decided the secret to New York style pizza is...
The people. I will say, there's honestly a ton of other things that could also play a part, but those things have been tried and tested in other places. But I mean, look at Dennis and Pete. Dennis has been making pizzas at this same shop for over 20 years, and Pete literally should be retired, but he still comes in just to make pizzas for fun. That mixed with years of perfecting your craft, it makes sense why nobody else in the world can replicate it.
I don't know if that's good enough to be considered the secret, but that's what I got. Oh yeah, if you're ever in New York, come check out Brothers. The pizza's great. Also, there's another video right here. Bye-bye.